Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you, who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine, to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Monday, we talk about conscious living, and this week, we are exploring what it really takes to scale your business. Today's episode is all about why growth feels like regression and why that's a lie. There's a moment no one really talks about in business, or in life, honestly. It's not the moment you hit your goal. It's not the moment you plan your goal. It's not even the moment that you have the breakthrough idea. It's the moment in between all of that, where you're expanding, but feel like you're shrinking, where you're growing, but feel like you're back at the beginning, where you've built the systems, you know the craft, you've done the mindset work, you are not new to this. And yet, there's this nagging familiar fear that makes you feel like a beginner again. And you don't like it. Because somewhere along the way, many of us internalize the idea that growth should feel like momentum, like mastery, like more confidence, more clarity, more certainty. But in reality, growth often feels like regression. Because it demands that you loosen your grip on who you've been so you can stretch into someone you haven't met yet. And that stretch, that's not failure, that's not misalignment. That is the cost of expansion. And it feels tender. I remember one of the first times I made a big leap in my business, a new revenue goal that felt completely unreasonable on paper. But my systems were there, my offers were aligned, and my audience was primed. It was time. But instead of feeling unstoppable and magnetic and high vibe like the internet promised me I would, I felt awkward, ungrounded, and weirdly small. And for a while, I couldn't figure out why, until I realized I wasn't afraid of failing. I was afraid of being seen trying something new, of being excellent in one lane and looking like a total beginner in another. And I know I'm not the only one who's felt like that. So here's the truth I want to offer you today. Growth will often make you feel like you've forgotten how to walk. Not because you've lost your skill, but because you're building new muscles. And new muscles shake. They feel wobbly. They make you doubt yourself. But just like when a baby takes their first steps, we don't shame them for falling. We cheer. We celebrate the trying. That is the energy I want you to borrow this week. Not hype, not pressure, but celebration of the you who's willing to wobble. Because when you are expanding toward a bigger goal, a wider reach, a deeper level of self-expression, you are always going to bump into old versions of yourself along the way. The part of you who played small for safety. The one who got praised for being easygoing and low maintenance. The one who knew exactly what they were doing and never had to ask for help. But here's the thing. You're not regressing. You're just passing by these old identities as you outgrow them. And they might shout some things on your way out, like, "Who do you think you are?" Or, "Don't mess this up." Or, "It was safer back there." But your job isn't to argue with them. It's just to keep moving. With compassion, with vision, with whatever shaky confidence you can muster. So if you're in that weird space where you're growing and it feels like you're forgetting everything, here are a few things that have helped me stay anchored. Number 1, normalize the wobble. If you're not uncomfortable, you're probably not stretching. Feeling like a beginner doesn't mean you are one. It just means you're in a new chapter of mastery. Number 2, anchor into who you are, not just what you do. If your identity has been wrapped up in performance or external validation, growth can feel like a threat. So keep reminding yourself, you are still you, even when the results aren't instant. Number 3, name the version of you that's afraid. Sometimes I literally say out loud, this is just perfectionist Ellen panicking. She will settle down soon. It creates space between the fear and the truth. Number 4, create tiny evidence of your becoming. Celebrate the micro wins. One bold decision, one brave ask, one imperfect post. Let the practice of growth be the success. And finally, let's reframe that voice that says, but I look like a beginner. Because guess what? Beginners are courageous. They're the ones who risk vulnerably, who ask questions, who show up without all the answers, who try and try again. And if that's what people see in you right now, that's not a weakness. That is leadership. So go ahead, wobble, grow, get visible before you feel ready. And remember, just because it feels unfamiliar doesn't mean you're going backwards. You are not regressing, you are rising. And it's okay if it feels a little awkward while you do. Be kind to the version of you who's trying something new. They're not a beginner. They're being brave. Thank you for being here with me today. Join me here tomorrow as we explore the vulnerability of visibility, scaling your offerings before they're perfect or you're ready. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share the love by sending it to someone you know it would support and by leaving reviews and comments. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you and to support those you care about. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.